Today, I want to share a small but very meaningful story from my life. It is about loneliness, fear, and how one simple act of kindness changed everything for me. This is the story of how I found warmth in a place where I felt completely alone. My name is Rima, and this is how I found home. My name is Rima. I have always been a quiet girl. I feel deeply, but I don't always show it. I smile when people expect me to smile, and I say I'm fine even when I feel lost inside. A few months ago, I moved to a new neighborhood for my job. It was my first time living completely alone. I told everyone I was excited about this new chapter of my life, but the truth was I was scared. The house was small but neat, white walls, a narrow balcony, a window that faced the street. During the day, sunlight filled the rooms beautifully. It looked peaceful. Yet every evening, when the sun slowly disappeared, the rooms felt different. Bigger, quieter, colder. I would stand near my window and watch the street below. Children returned home from school with heavy bags. Mothers called them inside. Neighbors talked to each other like they had known each other forever. I would watch them and wonder how long it would take for someone to notice me. Days passed. I went to work, I came back home, I cooked simple meals, I ate alone, I cleaned, I slept. The routine was calm, but my heart was restless. At night, the silence felt loud. I could hear the ticking clock, the hum of the fan, even my own breathing. Sometimes I scrolled through my phone just to feel connected to something. I missed the sound of familiar voices. I missed feeling like I belonged somewhere. Then, one evening, the sky changed suddenly. Dark clouds covered everything. The wind grew stronger, shaking the trees outside. Within minutes, heavy rain started pouring down. Thunder cracked across the sky, making the windows tremble. I was sitting alone in my living room when the electricity went out. Everything became completely dark. The storm outside felt powerful and endless. The house that once felt quiet now felt isolating. I realized how small I was in that moment, just one person sitting alone in a dark room during a storm. My heart was racing. I tried to calm myself by taking deep breaths. I told myself it was just weather, just rain, just thunder. But deep inside, I knew something else was hurting me. It wasn't the storm. It was the loneliness. After some time, I noticed a soft glow coming through my window from the house next door. A warm, steady light. It looked comforting against the darkness. A few minutes later, I saw a shadow moving outside my gate. My neighbor was walking carefully through the rain with an umbrella and a small emergency lamp. She came to check on me. She didn't make a big scene. She didn't act dramatic. She simply made sure I had light and wasn't sitting alone in fear. That small gesture changed something inside me. In a city full of strangers, someone cared enough to notice my darkness. That night, the storm slowly passed, but something brighter stayed behind. After that evening, things began to shift. We started greeting each other in the mornings. Sometimes she shared homemade food. Sometimes I helped her carry groceries. Our conversations were simple and natural. Nothing extraordinary happened, but I no longer felt invisible. The house felt warmer. The silence felt softer. The nights no longer scared me. I realized that sometimes belonging doesn't happen in a dramatic way. It happens quietly, through small acts of kindness, through someone noticing when your lights go out. Now, when I stand near my window and look at the street, I don't feel like an outsider watching someone else's world. I feel like I am part of it. Moving here was not easy, but sometimes life takes you somewhere new just so you can discover that home is not a place. It is the feeling of knowing you are not alone. And sometimes that feeling lives right next door. That was my story. Sometimes we think we are strong enough to handle everything alone, but life becomes softer when someone cares. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And remember, sometimes home is not far away. It might be living right next door. See you in the next story.